Once a purchase contract is accepted, the transaction immediately shifts from negotiation to performance. Financing becomes the single largest factor determining whether escrow successfully closes. The Loan Status Update, LSU, is the document designed to provide transparency into that financing process. Arizona contracts require this form pursuant to Section 2E of the Residential Resale Real Estate Purchase Contract, making it one of the most critical post-acceptance documents in the transaction timeline. The LSU must be delivered within 10 days after contract acceptance and thereafter upon request. This requirement protects sellers from unknowingly holding a property off the market while financing problems develop behind the scenes. Purpose of the loan status: update transaction transparency. The LSU provides a real-time snapshot of the buyer's loan progress. Unlike the pre-qualification form, which reflects initial lender consultation, the LSU confirms that the loan is actively moving through processing, underwriting, and approval stages. Gilbert example: a seller accepts an offer and cancels showings. 10 days later, the LSU reveals the lender never received income documentation. The seller now understands financing risk early enough to issue a cure notice if necessary. Contractual requirement: 10-day delivery rule. Arizona contracts obligate the buyer to deliver the LSU within 10 days. Failure to provide the LSU may place the buyer in breach of contract and allow the seller to issue a cure notice under contract enforcement provisions. Professional practice. Tip: brokers should calendar LSU delivery immediately upon contract acceptance using the critical date list. Missing this deadline is one of the most common compliance failures in Arizona transactions. Verification of buyer financial status updates. The LSU reconfirms key financing elements including marital status, reliance on sale of another property, reliance on seller concessions, and loan structure. These confirmations ensure that material financing assumptions have not changed since pre-qualification. Mesa example: buyer initially indicated no reliance on selling another home. LSU later shows buyer must now sell property to qualify. Seller may reassess transaction risk. Loan processing milestones. Understanding the financing timeline, the LSU tracks lender progress step by step through standardized lending milestones. These include contract and addenda received by lender, loan estimate issued, buyer intent to proceed delivered, loan application, Form 1003, completed, appraisal ordered and received, title commitment reviewed, documentation verified, interest rate lock completed. Each milestone signals decreasing financing risk. Appraisal and documentation, tracking risk reduction. The LSU identifies whether appraisal has been ordered and received, and whether the property appraised at or above purchase price. Appraisal delays are among the leading causes of escrow extensions. Early visibility allows brokers to manage expectations proactively. Queen Creek example: appraisal ordered late due to lender backlog. LSU alerts agents early, allowing COE extension negotiation before default occurs. Underwriting status, the critical approval phase. Underwriting review determines final loan eligibility. The LSU identifies whether the loan has been submitted to underwriting, approved with prior to document, PTD conditions, approved without conditions. PTD conditions may include employment verification, updated bank statements, or explanation letters. Approval without PTD conditions represents substantially reduced closing risk. Closing readiness, final funding indicators. The LSU also tracks closing preparation milestones including closing disclosure issued, loan documents ordered, signed loan documents returned, prior to funding, PTF, conditions satisfied, funds ordered and received. Once funding is confirmed and documents record with the county recorder, close of escrow officially occurs. Phoenix example: buyer signs loan documents but lender funding delayed due to missing insurance binder. LSU status helps identify the exact delay source. Broker supervision and duty of care under AAC R4-28-1103. Broker supervision: brokers must oversee transaction progress and ensure contractual compliance. Monitoring LSU delivery demonstrates reasonable supervision and protects both brokerage and client interests. Common LSU risk scenarios. Agents must watch. Loan estimate not issued timely. Buyer fails to indicate intent to proceed. Appraisal not ordered. Rate lock expiration approaching. Underwriting conditions unresolved. Funding not ordered. Prior to COE experienced Arizona brokers review LSU updates proactively rather than waiting for closing failure warnings. Discussion. Question. Why is the LSU required within 10 days of contract acceptance? Answer. To confirm financing is progressing and reduce seller risk early in escrow. Discussion. Question. Does delivery of the LSU guarantee loan approval? Answer. No. It reports loan progress but does not guarantee funding. Discussion. Question. What contractual remedy may a seller use if LSU is not delivered? Answer. The seller may issue a cure notice for contract non-performance.